information. So, coming through like the aura, come down slowly. Look at where the sacrum is. You're not in the creux, you're not in the deep back, you're on top of the sacrum, on the C-floors of the sacrum. I'm reading the back, I'm looking at the high point. We're falling away here, so I'm coming here. Just first connection. I'm going to walk down the back. I am not perpendicular. Yeah? We have a principle which is perpendicularity, which I'm not here, so I'm just walking down the back. Later on, I want you to work. I think Jerry's given you some photocopies of the zones on the back for the lungs and the heart. Yeah? So we're going to do a little test on that in a minute. Now then, I'm going to change my position and come up a little bit higher. Look, I'm just bringing my body weight in, nothing else, bringing my body weight in. And I'm going to walk down the body again, bringing my body weight in, evening out the amount of pressure between the active hand and the mother hand. Now I'm trying to respect his breathing, but in a normal seance I would respect much more. At the very beginning, I'm always respecting the in-breath and the out-breath. Later on, I might change the rhythm. But in the beginning, so look at the way my arm is as I'm coming up into this, going towards, look at his heels, they're moving away. Can you see that micro movement of the heels? So I'm crossing over now, opening up, stretching parallel to the ground, not into the ground, parallel to the ground. Simple crossover. 3 or 4 times. He's got a nice long back. I step up, I'm above him, index major in the valley, both sides. Why? Imagine someone has a scoliosis. I need to know what the spine is doing. I can't just imagine it's a straight spine. So I'm going to follow the valley with my fingers, gently coming in, and again, perpendicular. So if I want to be perpendicular, I need to be leaning back here. I need to be in the middle here. And I need to be leaning forward for the last part to be perpendicular. Right? And now, I've again got to this anchor point. Like when we're climbing, we need points that we can hold on to. So here is a great point. And I come up and I go into my first stretch. And then because I want it to be a good stretch, I'm going to do it again. Because perhaps both my hands were not in the perfect place. And at the very end, a little wiggle. So I've taken out, look, the t-shirt. I've taken out all the slack. I now change my body position. And I go into the angle. And I'm coming through perpendicular. My chest is perpendicular. Yeah? And again, I might just go a little bit further. A little bit further. I'm going to now change my position. Come 1. Come 2. And lean right and bring my chest. Look at the way my arms are curved, my body's coming through. I'm not, if you bend your arms, right, if you're here and then you bend your arms like that, you get weak immediately and you're only pulling. You're not shifting body weight. Yeah? It's completely different. Now then, I'm going to include this movement, because what I want to say about this movement, right, is if you start off at the very beginning, right, walking like this, yeah, crossover, stretching, fingers, I think that's a nice way to begin, because this is quite small, it's quite precise, and it could be a little bit irritating, particularly you have to grab hold of something, right? And not everyone's spinal processes are easy to hold on to. And what I observed yesterday, I observed people like, well, that can bruise because when your thumb comes in, I'm right against the bone, right? So it's not something you do hard. So what you want to do is get a little rocking motion and just hold. Little rocking motion, just hold. Yeah? Everything we saw yesterday, we're just going to go down. Let's say I'll go down a little bit faster. I'm just holding here, like this. I'm not really pulling. It's the push and pull of the hand on the sacrum, which is creating the movement of the spinal process, right? Now, I'm going to go back on this side. I really think that if I want to come here, I need to go into the valley, go down, take up a little bit of flesh. So I don't just push straight against the bone. I take up a little bit of flesh to give a cushion. I then push the whole spine, look, away. Look at my fingers coming towards you. I push the spine away from it to take out the slack. And then look, see? His heels, I can make his heels move just by doing this. Right? And then I move down a little bit. Yeah? Does this make sense to you? Yeah, I take out the slack. But I need a little bit of the move, or the muscle, as a cushion, because the spinal processes are so close to the surface that if you're pushing on them, it's not comfortable. So I showed you there's different techniques. Yesterday, you can do like this. You can fix and you can move down, and you can move down together. Okay? But we're just working the spine after having stretched. And now we're going to turn around and we're going to step over. I am stepping over. This is my choice. This is what I'm teaching. I'm teaching this. I've got a big guy in front of me. I don't want to fall down. So here, and I want to be perpendicular. So I need to open up and move forward and lean down. Breathe in. Do not hesitate to ask your partner. Breathe out slowly. Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. You can always ask your partner to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Stepping back, and look, I'm just going on the edge. With the edge of my hand, I go in and down, and I pick up a little bit of flesh to stop the pinching. When my hip bone is so close to the surface that if I push on the hip bone, there's only like 3 mm skin, and it's uncomfortable. The same is this. You always take up a little bit of the softer flesh before you put any pressure. Now we can do that passage 3 times and go in deeper with more weight each time, if it's appropriate. And then we're going to come with our thumbs. And I think that's all we saw yesterday, right? Yeah. Yeah, but that's not in the revision program for Jerry's driving license. Did you feel that crack? I just cracked Jacques. Jacques and I cracked a long time ago. That's between Jacques and I.
Jacques is cracking.
But if one of his vertebrae just cracked, right? And it wasn't with a lot of pressure, because one of the things that people think is you need lots of pressure, and you don't need lots of pressure. There is something else that I want to say, okay? In terms of movement, look. I'm opening my. Do you want to come around the front so you can see? Or you can see what I'm doing. Okay, all right. If you want. All right. So look, I'm here. My thumbs are going in. I'm supported by my fingers. Yeah. My body is coming forward. I'm going in. Yeah. Now then, if I want to do 2 points again, a bit lower down, in theory I do this. I leave all the body and I go there, right? Yeah. Except I'm like a little rabbit jumping through a field of carrots. It's ridiculous. The guy is suddenly, I'm with him, and now I'm no longer with him. I'm with him, I'm no longer with him. And I can fall over, I lose my balance. So, I'm here. Breathe in. His in-breath lifts me up. I take one thumb, I place it. I take the second thumb, I place it, breathe in, breathe out. This way, I've got 3 points of contact. Breathe in, the in-breath lifts me up, I move down. Breathe in. In terms of my personal stability and the efficiency, there's this notion that there's always contact. Yeah? If you start doing, watch, you're going to tell me, okay? All right, I'm doing it pretty efficiently, right? But I'm still keeping contact. You want to avoid doing that. Because I'm like a pendulum there, yeah? I'm not stable. So I like the move, move, go in. Move, move, go in. Move, move, go in. Right?
That's a good word.
It's a trap.
I want you to practice